Welcome to Pursuit 365's Home and Lifestyle Show, your go-to destination for all things related to creating beautiful, harmonious, inspired homes and lifestyles. I'm your host, Cara Lawson, an award-winning Self-Story interior designer, and I am thrilled to be your guide on this journey of exploration and inspiration. Today, we will be discussing home appliances with Sara Bailey. Sara has worked in the appliance industry for over 25 years, proudly following a family tradition in the business. She has a passion for helping clients choose the right appliances that fit their budget and lifestyle, aiming to create the perfect mix for every home. Sara is dedicated to providing excellent customer service, ensuring a smooth and enjoyable experience for her clients. When she isn't making kitchen dreams come true, you will find Sara traveling to a warm destination. Welcome, Sara. It's a pleasure to have you here today. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. Um, can you tell us a bit about your background and how you became an expert in home appliances?
It all started with my dad and Handy Appliance. I worked there for about 10 years on the service side of things and a little bit of everything, actually. So I learned all tricks of the trade. But my concentration mainly was customer service and making sure that the client had the right expectation of what they were getting. And I've brought that into my sales as we got further into when I started at Edmunds.
Yeah, nice. And Sara, you've done such a great job helping a lot of our clients. And so, firsthand, your customer service is out of the park. Um, so, can you tell us about the latest trends in home appliances that consumers should be aware of?
For the latest trends, well, combi steam ovens is kind of the new big thing now. For healthy cooking, everybody's into, um, you know, doing that veggies, the steaming, great for dumplings. A lot of the nutritional value actually stays in the oven and in the food when you're using a steam oven.
Cool, cool. I love that. And what do you see the most significant innovations in home appliances in the recent years?
I would say a couple of things. There's the Wi-Fi capability. That's been a big thing. Sous vide is also another thing that people are looking into to make sure that that meat is perfect every time. The Wi-Fi is great for socializing. We all love to socialize. So now you can, instead of having that person who cooks stay in the kitchen, they can now be with everybody out on the patio having a glass of wine and be able to see, what they're cooking in the oven and what condition it's in. Is it ready to go? Is the cheese melted? That sort of thing. So
Cool.
do things from afar.
And so how does that work? So like I'm kind of going off grid here because I didn't ask you this question to prepare for. But is it like a camera that you can actually see like the cheese melting and that sort of thing? How does that work?
Yeah, so a lot of the ovens now have cameras inside, and so you can see like a photo of it on your phone to see the progress. Even if you go, let's say, grocery shopping, they now have cameras in the refrigerators to tell you, so you can look on your phone and see, oh, do I still have milk? Yes, okay, great. So time saving, convenience, all of that.
That's awesome. Yeah. And what should consumers look for when buying a new home appliance? Like what are some of the elements that they should be looking for?
Quality and value. It's not just the price tag. It's important to purchase a product that will have longevity. So you want to make sure that the sales associate that you deal with, kind of goes over with you what your budget is, what's the best bang for your buck.
Hmm. Yeah. That is very important. Are there any common misconceptions about home appliances that you'd like to clear up?
I love it when you ask them what size it is, and they just go, "It's standard." There's nothing standard in the appliance industry. So your fridges that at one time they all looked like they were the same size. Everything is all over the place now. So that's the biggest. Also, I think longevity. I think people think that things still will last your 30 to 40 years like they did at one time. Unfortunately, they just don't anymore. But there are some brands that still stick by that long warranty or that long quality. So like Mila, Sub-Zero, they all say that they're built to last up to 25 years.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm learning all different things today too. um, how can consumers identify the most energy efficient appliances?
Sorry, what was that again?
Sorry, how can consumers identify the most energy efficient appliances?
The best way to do that is if they go through the BC Hydro app. But really, that only applies to dryers and dishwashers.
Oh,
But nowadays, everything is pretty much energy efficiency. We bring a lot of stuff from Europe in, and that is very high efficiency. Um, Things like your heat pump dryers, your induction cooktops, things like that. But the best way to actually know if it is through BC Hydro.
oh, wow. Okay. And they just have a list of everything on there?
Exactly, all the different models. Yeah.
Nice. And then, what role do home appliances play in a sustainable household? Is there
Uh,
any?
yeah, it's actually it's a big role. The two big areas of change are the heat pump dryers and induction cooking.
A heat pump
So
dryer.
yeah, a heat pump dryer actually is 60% more efficient than a conventional vented dryer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the air that's generated circulates within the machine and no heat is lost.
Okay. So is it a bigger system then?
It's a different system. It works kind of like a refrigerator, but it does the opposite effect. So
Okay.
instead of cooling, it's heating.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, and then, of course, induction cooking is also extremely efficient. It's faster, easier heat control. Um, the electricity by using the generators rather than traditional elements, we kind of call it like the electric gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then what are some common issues that homeowners face with their appliances and how can they be resolved?
Um, well, the technology is more advanced. Um, they take the time to understand the features. So basically, with everything that you choose, you would just have to ask the appliance salesperson on how each thing works because it's all different, each one.
Right. Right. There's a lot of buttons, so you don't want to get button crazy and
Right. And everybody has a different thing where some want knobs because they like the traditional and to be able to feel, and some like the cleanliness when it's, a little bit more electronic. So it really comes down to asking the questions of the client and seeing what they're looking for and what they're comfortable with.
Right, right. Okay. Yeah, and I guess that would play like I mean, if you're elder, you have arthritis in your hands or something like that, then you probably want to have something that is a more friendly for that sort of thing too, right?
Exactly. Lighting is also an issue. Sometimes you can't see the display, depending on how the light hits. So it's all different things that could arise. But that's what we're here for.
Okay, that's awesome. And when is it better to repair an appliance versus replacing it?
Um, so nowadays, most likely, if it's like 7 to 10 years old, you're likely going to want to replace it because repairing it could potentially be more than the price of a new one.
Right, of course. And
Right.
that I guess, of course, unless it's like Sub-Zero or Melee.
Yeah, exactly. So Sub-Zero Mila, those ones, of course, because even repairing them would be a lot more money. So it really depends on what's wrong with it.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good answer. What exciting developments or technologies can we expect to see in the future of home appliances?
Colors coming back, it's a big thing.
Yay!
So we're seeing a lot of Italian, a lot of French, with an emphasis of design and quality coming in, and you can do any color in the rainbow. So if there is a color that you are obsessed with, and it's got an like a Benjamin Moore color or anything like that, you can hand it to them and they can match that color and make your stove or your fridge that exact color.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That
A
is
little bit
so
more customization these days.
right, right. And of course, being in your Langley showroom, there's some pretty amazing ranges on the floor that are just worth drooling over.
I know, I know. I'm pretty obsessed with that green, and actually the Midland colors are green color with a little bit of an accent. So yeah, I'm loving it.
I love it. And how has smart home technology impacted the appliance industry? You talked about the Wi-Fi, but can you kind of expand on that?
Um, yeah. Um, well, it's like you're able to follow like water usage, power use, so you can em- emphasize the or maximize the efficiency, right,
Right.
of what you're doing.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I love that you can just watch, see if your cheese is melted. Or if you're making Yorkshire puddings, hello, you don't have to
Exactly.
open it.
Yeah. Or I think there's like a souffle or something that you make that if you don't want it to fall or anything like that. So like those types of things too makes it for that more delicate cooking that you can really watch it.
Hmm. I'll have to tell John that we need one.
Exactly.
We have a new oven, but I don't know. Maybe it has technology. I don't know. Um,
My saving grace is the camera in the fridge. Because I don't know how many times I go into a store and be like, do I have that? I don't remember. And then you end up buying an extra one. So
maybe I just need to download it. I'm not aware. Do you have any personal favorite appliances or brands that you recommend?
well, that's like asking if I have a favorite child. So it's difficult. There are a ton of brands, and within each brand, there's something fantastic that they have. So it's really hard to specify exactly what brand would be the best. But at Midland, we carry so many, so there's a lot of choices. So it
Oh,
really comes down to sitting down with the client, finding out what their budget is, finding out how they cook, how they entertain, do they have children, that type of thing, and then narrowing it down for them.
right, right. And that's so important to know about their lifestyle and that sort of thing, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, in all avenues of design. And how would our viewers reach you to learn more about your products?
The best way would be to call my cell phone, 778 or to email at sbailey at midlandappliance.com.
Yeah, and tell us about your locations. You have three now, don't you?
Actually, we have four. So we just
Oh,
opened our Abbotsford location not too long ago. We have a new showroom in Langley, and then we have our I call nice antiques in Vancouver and in Richmond.
oh, nice. And I've only actually, well, I think I've been to the Vancouver one, and then the Langley one is amazing. It's so big. I haven't seen the Abbotsford one yet.
Abbotsford is pretty stunning.
Abbotsford's really far from me. So
It is. It is. I call it a day trip. I took a day trip down there.
I love it. Okay, well, that's a wrap for today's episode of Pursuit 365's Home and Lifestyle Show. I hope you've enjoyed our conversation and found inspiration to create your own beautiful, harmonious, inspired living spaces and lifestyles. Remember to subscribe for more tips and join us next time for another enriching discussion. This is Cara Lawson signing off. Until next time, keep living beautifully.